Let's start in child's pose. Knees together, walk your hands forward, stretch out on your mat. Take some deep breaths here, breathing into the sides of your rib cage. Come up on the fingertips and stretch out even longer along the sides. Let's come up onto all fours. Bring the knees under the hips, palms under the shoulders. Let's do some cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round your back. Up in the middle, let's go side to side. Up in the middle, let's go all the way around, starting with dropping the belly, then going to the side and rounding all the way around. Ending into the elbows. And switch directions. And then stop in the middle. Let's sit. Bring knees together, sit on your heels. And again, here, let's do seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, chest forward, head back. Exhale and round. Moving with your breath. And next we're going to add arms. So as you come back, cactus arms. And as you come forward, forearms come together, palms together. Up in the middle, let's place the right fingertips on the floor and reach the left arm up and over. Stretching out the left side of the body. And switch sides. Come up. Let's place fingertips behind, lift the hips, drop the head back. And hips down, come back to stacked spine. Let's do some neck rolls. And switch directions. And let's do some wrist circles. Switch directions. And we'll stretch the forearms, bring your palms to the floor, fingers facing you. Deep conscious breaths. And release the weight off your wrists. So let's change the back of the hands to the floor. And turn the inner elbows forward. And let's come up and do some tight fists, wide fingers. All right, so next we're going to be coming into downward dog. Walk your hands forward, curl your toes under, lift your hips. Let's walk the feet out, feeling that nice stretch in your calves and hamstrings. And let's really deeply bend the right knee, bringing a deep stretch into that left leg. You're kind of turning off to the left, looking under your left armpit. And let's switch sides. Coming into your downward dog. Knees slightly bent, lift your hips, stomach in, curl your triceps in, relax your neck, push the floor away. Deep inhale, exhale through the mouth. And let's come forward into plank. Getting your shoulders nice and stable and strong here. Pull your abdomen towards your spine. Let's come into side plank on the right hand. Lift the left arm in the air. Stack your legs, lift your hips. Let's come down onto the left elbow and do elbow side plank on the other side. Lift the right arm. And bring your right elbow to the floor, coming into forearm plank. Let's walk the feet forward into dolphin. Keep the top of your head lifted off the floor. Slight bend in the knees, lift your hips. Push the floor away. Chest is coming towards the thighs, just like downward facing dog. Let's bring the knees down and come into melting heart. So walk the hands forward and chest to the floor. Chin or forehead follows to the floor. Let's walk hands back, sit on your heels, hands in your lap, focus one point, take a few breaths. Breathing into the abdomen. And then walk hands forward for downward dog. Lift your hips. Let's bend deeply into the right leg again. Looking under your left armpit. Might feel a little different here the second time. Switch sides, bend into the left knee. Come back to neutral, and let's come forward into plank. So this time we'll do side plank on the left palm, so Turn to face the right, lift your right arm, stack your legs, lift your hips. Come down onto the right elbow, and we'll do side plank with the left arm lifted. And then come into elbow forearm plank. Keeping the abdomen pulled in. Walk your feet forward, dolphin. And let's drop the knees down. We're going to swing the legs forward for a quick shoulder stretch on the back. You just lie down, roll onto your left side and bring your back of your right hand to your spine. Roll onto your hand. Stretching out the front of the shoulder here. Let's switch sides. Take the weight off the right hand. And bring the back of your left hand to your spine. Move your hand farther down for less intensity and farther up for more. Take your weight off of your left hand and then either turn onto your side and push up or roll on your spine. Come to an upright position. Come back to sitting on the heels. And we're going to come straight into plank. And then into side plank on the right palm. Lift your left arm up. And this time, option to float that left leg up in the air. Now let's bend the left leg and we're going to come into a low lunge. So put the left foot forward at the top of your mat. Hands are framing the front foot. Sink down into that right hip. Now bring the back knee down. We're going to come into pigeon. So toe heel that left leg across and sit down into pigeon. Start with the chest lifted, feeling the hips opening up. And then you have the option to come down to the mat. If you would like to twist, bring your right arm under your left. So if you're in a twist or all the way down, bring your upper body back up. We're going to try coming into three-legged dog from here. So what you're going to do is curl your back toes under and then send that left leg back and up. And from here, we're going to again step the left foot forward into a lunge. Come up into high lunge. Hold here for a few breaths. And now let's send the arms back. See if you can step forward into chair. Feet are hip width apart, and then bring the arms parallel to the floor. Right, let's see if we can do this sequence backward on the other side. So arms can come back again, and then step the left leg back into high lunge. And from here, we're going to come into three-legged dog. So hands to the floor on either side of the front leg. We're going to lift that right leg back and up. From here, bring the right knee to the right wrist, bring the shin across your body, pigeon on the other side. So again, let's start with the chest lifted, sinking into the hips, establishing your foundation. And then you have the option to come down to the mat. If you'd like to twist, bring your left arm under your right. If you're twisted or all the way down, start to bring your upper body up. And from here, we're going to come into our low lunge. So curl the back toes under and step the sole of your right foot to the mat. Sink down into that left hip. And yes, from here, we're going to try to come into our side plank on the left side with the right leg lifted. So you can plant that left palm, start to turn your body to the outer edge of the left foot, send the right leg back, lift the right arm. You can have the right leg hovering or legs stacked. Let's come back to plank. Knees to the floor, sit on your heels, hands in your lap, and take a few breaths. We'll do that sequence starting on the left side now. So walk your hands forward into plank. Come into side plank. Lift your right arm. So you're facing the right side. Arms are stacked perpendicular to the floor. Maybe lift that right leg up. Pressing your legs apart. Then we're going to bend the right knee, step the right foot forward to low lunge. Lower the back knee, pigeon, right side. This time we're going to do a stretch for the back leg. So turn to your left, pull the left foot in. Think about pressing your left hip forward as you pull your heel towards your butt to stretch the quadricep here. Release your left foot. We're going to come into three-legged dog with the right leg lifting up. So plant the palms, curl your back toes under, send the right leg up and back. We're going to step the right foot forward, low lunge, into high lunge. Really feel the whole sole of the right foot pressing into the mat. Squeeze the glutes so the hips are square to the front. Upper body forward, arms back. Step your left foot forward, hip width from the right. Chair pose, hips down, arms come parallel to the floor. Shoulders down, arms engaged. Body weight back in heels. All right, let's bring the arms back. Step the right leg back into high lunge. Other side. Hands come down, frame the front foot, and let's toe heel the left leg over into pigeon. So get your hips squared. Turn to your right, grab the right foot, pull it in. We're here thinking about sending that right hip forward and down as you pull the right heel in. Release your right foot. So we're going to be coming into our side plank here. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee off the floor, and then going to come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Lift the left arm. Side plank, hips come up. Maybe that left leg is hovering. And then come into plank. Knees down, let's swing the legs forward. And we're going to just do a forward fold and butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together and bring the upper body forward. Maybe you're feeling a nice stretch in your lower back like I am right now. Or maybe you're just feeling this in your hips. Come up, extend the legs out for straddle. Actually, let's bring that left leg in so we can just work on one at a time. So right leg out and then come forward. Let's keep the right leg engaged. So contract the right quad, flex the toes to the ceiling. Try to keep your back flat. Maybe do a little rocking forward and back with the hips. Aiming to feel a stretch in the inner right thigh and maybe into the hamstrings a bit too. Let's walk the hands all the way over to the left and really roll the hips forward, coming into the inner thigh muscles. And come back to center, and let's bring the left leg out, right leg in. Come forward. Again, let's keep the left leg contracted. Maybe do a little rolling with the hips forward and back. Let's walk all the way over to the right and roll forward so that the inside of the foot is coming more towards the floor. Just really aiming to try to feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Now let's come back to center. And let's bring both legs out now. Forward fold, straddle. And just leave the legs relaxed this time. And slowly come up. Slowly bring the legs back together. Let's lay down on our backs. Hug your knees in. Drop your knees over to the left. Right arm out to the right. Maybe turn your head to the right. If this doesn't feel like anything to you, you can straighten the bottom leg and try to bring the top knee closer to the floor. Come back to center, hug your knees in. Drop your knees over to the right, left arm out to the left. Head turn to the left if that's comfortable. And again here, if you're not feeling much, straighten the bottom leg, try to bring the top knee closer to floor. Back to center. Let's hug the knees in, forehead to knees. Bring your legs out long, arms by your sides. Savasana. Your mind has wandered. Come back to your body, back to your breath. Now start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. If you'd like, bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then either turn onto your side and push up or roll on your spine back to seated.